Yeah, we're learning stuff every day. It seems like something gets messed up, we learn how to fix it. And we fixed another issue. We should see no more issues with audio. Thank you. Go follow the Bexius on twitch.tv. She is the one who's been helping me out. I really appreciate your help. If you're watching this, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you
Also,
so much.
that's it. Thank you very much. Also, don't forget to follow us on Twitch on 8 p.m. Excuse me, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fridays and Saturdays. That's when you see our live shows. We play all kinds of goofy stuff. We played Lego Fortnite this week. It was a fantastic time. We covered the Game Awards. We were live with that, so you never know what's going to happen over on Darth Biscuit channel. Uh, every Monday at noon, you will see the newest podcast channels, episodes, whatever you want to call them. I don't know how long we're going to keep up this format, but for now, this is where it's at, and this is what I'm comfortable with doing. So let's get straight on into it with the. I don't want to say news anymore because I feel like we're not really a news channel. We just talk about the video
We're just
game stuff
talking.
that that happened this week that we enjoyed, and it just so happened to be the Game Awards. So just a quick shout out to say, if you haven't already, the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer is out. If you're one of the 3 people in the world that haven't watched that trailer yet, it is out there. I've
Wait, the
got a
trailer's out?
reaction to it. He said the trailer's out. What?
I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
the trailer's out. I can't believe it. It's supposed to come out in the year 2046. So be looking out for that. Let's see here. First news story or story for today. The topic of today is the Game Awards. Uh,
Don't
I
you mean
in
E3?
E3, the winter show, whatever you want to call it. Tell me, Dadalorn, you seem to have a very voicing opinion right now. Let's. What was your thoughts on the show?
It was long as shit.
Yeah, it was about 3.5 hours long. I was like dead, like more than halfway through. I think you ended up taking off at like what the 2.5 hour mark.
I was starting to doze, and I was just like, "Oh my god, yeah, I gotta go, guys."
Yeah, at this point, just put the Game of the Year award at the beginning of the show. Uh, Tyler,
Or just call it E3.
right, something. Uh, some Winter Games Fest with some awards. I mean, he does the Summer Games Fest. I mean, uh, Wookie, you stayed up all night. You were there for the whole show, man. I was kind of surprised that you stuck along. What'd you think about it, sir?
Uh, I enjoyed the announcements that came,
Yeah,
and yes, it was very, very long.
it was,
But
wasn't it?
yes, and at the same time, the end result, I expected it as far as the game of the year.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that was very expected. I didn't think there was any way any of those games is going to pull that off. You know, in my opinion,
Yeah, I
the
wasn't
game of the
expecting
year is
Starfield to win.
right. The game of the year is supposed to be the game that blew the whole waters away across all platforms. Now, Baldur's Gate didn't come out on all platforms at launch. It released with the uh, PC and then the PS5 version, and then later on, at the night of release of the Game Awards, it was shadow dropped on the Xbox.
Hmm.
About them time they got the game, but they got it figured out somehow. Let's see here. The only thing that really kind of upset me a little bit was Spider-Man 2. It did not win a single award. What do you guys think about that?
Shocked.
Yeah, I thought at least would have won at least something.
Like,
But
were
the
they
fact is,
were they just hypercritical, and they were just like, "Oh yeah, we played this game before."
You know, honestly, I don't know. A lot of the term DLC is being passed around quite a bit. They're saying Spider-Man 2 was $70 DLC, uh, and Call of Duty was $70 DLC, and Tears of the Kingdom was $70 DLC. I have no quarrel if you play any of these games, but I mean, best action adventure game, I can understand it going to either Spider-Man 2 or Tears of the Kingdom. I will tell you that the story for Spider-Man 2 is leagues above and beyond of what Tears of the Kingdom is.
Yeah.
So I think it has that slight advantage to where Tears of the Kingdom, the aspects that they added for the fuse command, and you were able to build giant robots and I mean, some people had rocket ships. They had fucking Godzilla walking through the water. They were shooting Koroks off into space. You know, that's what had its leg up. So I think the arguments could be made for either or, but if I had to play either one of those games again, I can tell you I've already finished Spider-Man 2. I've completed it 100% of it. Tears of the Kingdom is barely been touched. And
I mean, I definitely see their point of views when it comes to $70 DLC. Like I see their argument and I hear them.
yeah,
But at the same time, if they're really going to argue that there's blatantly obvious ones like Call of Duty,
right.
but then
Yeah.
you got stuff like Spider-Man 2, which has different gameplay mechanics, improved gameplay mechanics. It's no different than buying the sequel to like Ratchet and Clank. You pay Going Commando.
Yeah.
It's the same game. It's just improved.
Yeah.
So is it really DLC? Like, are we going to start calling all sequels DLCs now?
You know,
Or we-
honestly,
or-
I think it's just a
Or is it
byproduct
just-
of console wars still.
I feel like Call of Duty put a bad taste in everybody's mouth, and it kind of just leaked out onto games that really don't deserve to be called that.
I think so too.
Which goes to show how, despite how shitty Call of Duty is, how
Yeah.
influential that community is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think let's talk maps for a second, just point blank period. You know, we'll just try to compare and contrast. You're obviously comparing apples and oranges, you know, when you're comparing Call of Duty and Spider-Man, but Call of Duty should have different maps if you're doing multiplayer. On the other hand, Spider-Man's still in New York, so the map wouldn't really change from what was there before. It did add on, and it perfected other mechanics that were already there. Call of Duty has just been kind of in a standstill, which is why you can play Black Ops 2 and have just as much of a fun time as you can in
And we do.
Modern Warfare 2. You know, and I mean Modern Warfare 2.5. Whatever you want to call it. 3, whatever. I think it's a really bad comparison, but I mean, that's the comparison that's out there. So, you know, whereas like Tears of the Kingdom, Tears of the Kingdom it's just a whole nother map below the map we already have. And then a tiny map above. So
they're like,
it's
what
like,
the hell?
Like what's really going on here? What are people's intentions? And that's obviously is to create division and say that one person is better than the other. And I honestly think Call of Duty has just been absorbed by the toxic Xbox community, whatever you want to call them. It's stupid. It's nonsense. Spider-Man 2 should have walked away with an award in either best action adventure or best performance. Because fuck, all I've ever heard is anybody say they hate that character in Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
But Yuri fucking Lowenthal killed it as Peter Parker in Spider-Man again. So,
there was a lot of things that we discussed on the podcast, like when we were voting and stuff, saying that I want this to happen, but I expect this. Like, I know that they're going to go this direction. And it went exactly how we predicted it, how we didn't want it to go fully. Like Like Forza fucking won. Like not Gran Turismo. Like what? Like and people are complaining about Xbox tax. Are you fucking kidding me? Like
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. I honestly I don't understand how Forza won, and the simple answer I have for why I
money.
think Gran Turismo 7 should have won was the VR mode.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So you can do a VR mode with the steering wheel, and you can play it that way, and yet Forza's missing features automatically that they have right off the bat. And there was a huge conundrum about that with that community.
Hmm.
I don't know, man. I just don't see it. I think VR mode completely changes the whole game for that.
I think it does too.
I
Makes you
mean,
feel like you're actually in the car.
yeah.
And like Xbox refuses to capitalize on either their own version of the headset or adapting or having a comeback when it comes to the Kinect. Like they just dropped it and just sold it to security services.
Yeah. They need to
Like
100% team up with Facebook and MetaQuest.
I'm surprised they haven't already
Yeah.
because all
We'll
they care
see.
about is just making quick money instead of putting out quality shit.
It
So,
definitely seems like that sometimes. So there was all kinds of other announcements that came around. There was a lot of people coming up and off stage. Uh, Tell me, Hideo Kojima, uh, his his little spiel out there. That thing lasted like 10 minutes long. What did you guys think of that whole entire demo there?
I fully expect there to be a really good either movie or video game, like just a really scary, especially with what Jordan Peele, is that his name?
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah. So, because I love his movies. I like the writing in them. So I could only imagine the imagination of Hideo and the writing of Jordan. So
yeah,
I look
definitely.
forward to it. It just made me want my Metal Gear movie more. That's it.
Right.
Which that'd be cool. That'd be cool if they were going that direction. Could you imagine Jordan being the writer for that movie?
Hey, I'm down for whatever. Anything that has Jordan Peele's name tagged along to it, I am excited for easily.
What do you think, Chewie?
I'm excited, 100%. I'm excited to have another scary game that will actually be good.
Hmm.
Um, I'm just excited for it. Though, yeah, yeah, no, that's it. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for a good scary game. Because even recently, I've been playing The Devil in Me. And it's scary, but I'm ready just for something that's at a next level kind of scary.
Right. All right, and up next, we had the announcements of Arcane making Blade.
Blade.
If the silence there for a little bit to give you your answer,
Dude, I was like, I want to be so happy because it's Blade.
that's not how you introduce Blade in
I
a
mean,
video
you
like at
know,
all.
I,
Oh, he's getting his haircut. Oh, I don't bite.
you know, yeah. Now,
That was such a disappointing
apparently,
introduction.
right? Apparently, this Arcane Studios is Arcane Lion. It's different than the team that made what was that shitty vampire game they made?
Didn't know enough of it to care.
I can't remember what it's called. Redfall.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
oh, there you go.
So it's still Arcane, but it's a different team. Either way, I still don't trust it. And what that dude was wearing on stage, weird.
you heard you saw what I said in the chat when we were live. I hope it gets delayed enough to be canceled.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
That's you.
I just don't understand why they announced Blade when we still haven't seen Indiana Jones or
Yeah,
more from Avowed. Like,
Oh yeah, definitely Avowed. I'm
yeah.
kind of interested to see how that's going to go.
it's just
From the
weird.
All it screams to me is either development hell that they're keeping quiet.
Yeah,
Because if things
definitely.
were really popping and they were flowing smooth, they'd be getting the hype train going. But they're
Right.
keeping it hush.
Yeah.
What was it? There's people who are working on Avowed are still working on Outer Worlds 2 at the same time.
Right.
Yeah,
So they're probably like,
being
hey,
overworked.
maybe. Because I don't know how big Obsidian Studios are.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know either. I we'll see. I'll give Blade a try when it comes out, but right now I'm not
Like
the
I can
biggest believer
understand.
in Bethesda Magic right now.
I can
Oh,
understand an Avengers game if it was done correctly. Obviously, it wasn't. I could understand Spider-Man because they focused on the right things. I can see Wolverine being on in the same like playing field as Blade, but again, it has to be done right. The story and the gameplay's got to be there. If they're just gonna cop out and just make it some like big ass map and Blade's gonna do what he wants, I don't think it's gonna be as captivating as Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard to beat Spider-Man. I have a feeling that people are expecting a lot out of Wolverine, and I think you'll see it be more set up like how Ratchet and Clank was than Spider-Man was in this giant open world.
Yeah,
Uh,
I, I,
well,
I hope. I hope.
on to the next one. Tell me, on the same train here, Bethesda had their Starfield, and that's compared to No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky has recently just announced at the Game Awards here that they are developing a new game called Light No Fire.
I kind of look
Uh,
forward to it.
that looks very interesting.
yes.
Keep in mind that No Man's Sky, their trailers were like, oh shit,
Yeah,
let's go.
yep.
And
That's
then
kind of where
now,
I'm like, are we having a repeat here, or are we going to start this one off right?
like it looks good. Like I could imagine like picking like it if they have like 50 races or 13 races you could pick from, you pick your own race and then you hop in with some buddies and you kind of just go.
Yeah.
Like I could see it competing potentially with like Ark Survival and those type of games, that type of community.
Uh huh.
But the same people that made No Man's Sky, it's like damn, like
Hey,
Yeah.
maybe they've learned.
most games would have tucked tail and ate a bullet. Like you guys definitely stuck it out and made it work, but woof, I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's interesting enough to give it a shot. I like the idea of being able to ride dragons, obviously, and
See, so that's more of
the
a.
the bunny people, the way the world looks really cool.
It's like a D&D game.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It's kind of hyped for it. I was like, hey, look, there we go.
Right.
It's good.
Yeah. Also announced there was a shadow drop of the Final Fantasy 16 DLC. You know, I'm a very big fan of that game. I will be picking up that DLC. One of them actually dropped, which is called Echoes of the Fallen. That is available now. And the second expansion, called The Rising Tide, will be available in 2024. This came a lot faster than I expected, but I think it deserves DLC, and I will happily pay for that. I don't think you guys have played that. I think you guys kind of watched some videos that I showed you. I have a feeling that one's on like your playlist way down the road, Deadalorian. Is that true?
Uh, Definitely. Like there's, me, I'm a big fan of having physical copies of games that I don't want to play right now, but I know I will later.
Yeah.
And Final Fantasy is definitely one of those. Like I'm still trying to get back on the hype train for Kingdom Hearts. I'm mechanics on it. So yeah, no, it definitely seems like some. I think Chewie would be just as far into it as I would later on as well.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, because it looks phenomenal.
it's
So
beautiful,
I would,
man. Like,
yes, so I would definitely like to give that a try, give it a shot.
Yeah, it's worth it, man. I think you definitely should as well. Let's see here. Let me fix that real quick. And then we had the announcement for Monster Hunter Wild. Have you guys ever played a Monster Hunter game?
yes,
You have.
with you.
Oh, did we play World?
Yeah, years ago.
Okay. Yeah. They need to get the matchmaking down for that.
Because we stopped playing whenever the Witcher character came out.
Yeah, that's right. They need to get that figured out, and then possibly, I think maybe it has a another shot at being another huge game. But they've got to make that. I don't know what to call it. Your hub to do multiplayer. That was so confusing in World.
They just got to make it work.
Yeah,
It's got to be. I could complain forever, so I'm good.
yeah, it's fine. I think it's all warranted. I am on the track right now. I know you are too, Dallas. Of anything big monster equal cool.
That's all of us. What are you talking about?
So
I
Like
would,
the Wookiee, especially. It ain't just me. That's the Wookiee more than me.
yeah,
Like, don't get me wrong. I like Big Monster and stuff, but it's got to make sense. And I'm really picky when it comes to shit like that. But the Wookiee, oh my god, he's like a sci-fi movie, like on the TV, loving. Like, I'm a big fan of Independence Day too. I just want to see big things blow up and fight.
right.
hey, there's nothing wrong with
Yeah, definitely.
that.
I don't disagree at all. I mean, this game's going to be pretty fantastic. I am excited to play this. Worlds was cool for a while, and then I kind of just got, once we couldn't do the multiplayer stuff, I backed off. Monster Hunter World, Monster Hunter in general is usually a very, very big franchise for Capcom, and they kind of, it's one of the few games that saved them during their financial crisis they had. Uh, excuse me. That the what they added in with the Palico and the Palamuts have been a turnaround. Huge. Monster Hunter Rise. If you haven't played that one, play it. In general, if you haven't tried a Monster Hunter game, just go for it before Wild comes out, because I have a feeling
I mean,
Wilds is going
yeah,
to be great.
it's definitely one of those games that you should at least give it a shot to see if you're interested.
All right.
Just like
Uh,
a lot of other games too.
there's two last things that I remember. Prince of Persia: The Last Crown got a new trailer and a free demo is coming on January 11th, 2024. That style of game has started to hit a huge, like,
Surge.
yeah, it's coming back. It's crazy. You
I don't see
guys,
anything wrong with
were
that.
you a big fan of the Prince of Persia back in the day?
Oh, both any of it?
Yeah, of like on any of them at all.
When I was hanging out with my grandma, she had the Prince of Persia games, and I got into it. In fact, that's kind of what got me into, strangely enough, God of War. But yeah, no, absolutely, I was a fan. I kept on dying a lot, but I mean, hey, it was fun.
Right. Yeah, no, I remember playing Sands of Time and all that. I remember trying the like one of the originals on like an arcade replay or something like that, and it had the side scroller Metrovania style. I am after Metroid Dread. I just want to break all those games in half because they piss me off so bad. They're so fucking hard. There should be
Yeah.
no reason for that at
But
all.
that's
Period.
another thing though, like that's something else that we talked about when it comes to going back to older style games. Like that surge that's coming back. I don't see a problem with it whatsoever. I look forward to it because that means they're putting. It kind of just seems like they're putting more effort into it
Right.
to me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for putting more effort into these games and making them better. So keep your eye out for Prince of Persia, the Lost Crown. A few more highlights that I'm just gonna bring out there real quick that I thought was really cool. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, but that one kind of worries me because they're not using the Budokai Tenkaichi name, but it is a Budokai Tenkaichi game.
Wasn't it promoted as Budokai
Budokai 4.
Tenkaichi 4.
Yep, it was.
Yes.
That's why it worries me. Visions of Mana. Huge Mana fan from Square Enix. I will get that one for the Switch. Also, there was Tales of Kinzera. Do you guys remember that one?
I do not.
So that was the reveal that came out of the gentleman who made this game for his father, or was inspired by his father that passed away.
Oh, that's right.
It's the African mythology inspired 2.5D side-scrolling platformer from EA Originals. That game looks fantastic. The sound sounded great. I can't wait to play that one. Hopefully it's not too hard because I will break you in half. The last few things. Looking over this list. Nope, that was it for me. As far as that, in this small list of stuff. Now, major announcements. There was. Come on, load up. Why are you not loading? The God of War Ragnarok Valhalla DLC.
Yes, I'm ready for that.
I mean, come on, bro. What is up with this? Did you expect this at all?
So as we were watching it, I was like, why is he here?
As in, like, when you seen the Greek, like, Sash?
No, the voice actor.
Okay.
He did his spiel when he shot on Call of Duty, and then they shouted, like, they didn't shout it up, but they showed the DLC.
Uh-huh.
So before they showed the DLC, and then he was there when we were all freaking out over his insult, which was priceless. I was like, why is he here? And Chewie was like, I don't know, but I'm okay with it. And the next thing we know, boom.
Yeah, you're talking about Christopher Judge. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, a roguelike style is becoming more and more popular, and it's God of War. I cannot wait for this. This is December 12th, by the way.
Wednesday.
I'm going to stream it so fucking hard. So come on by Wednesday. We're going to play this mode. It's going to be a blast. I've 100% of this game got the Platinum Trophy. I fucked up the king of those knights, whatever they're called. Yeah. I will destroy this game. And it's going to
be a decently long DLC?
We'll see. I don't know what they're going to reveal. But I have a feeling it's going to be major. It is free, which is not very often that happens.
But they did say it's slightly different, though, right? Like,
yeah,
they're talking about how
it's a roguelike mode. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, there's all kinds of pictures they've got on here. If you go to the PS blog, they've got some stuff. I got a couple pictures right here. I'll show you guys along with it. It's going to be an absolutely wonderful, beautiful game.
I'm just wondering what all it's going to lead to, because with them bringing back Greek monsters, it's like the Cyclops. Like,
and
what
music?
else are they going to... Oh, yeah, no, I noticed the music immediately in the trailer, so I'm thinking, well, I wonder if they're going to bring back any, like Athena, if they're going to bring her back, or like what's going to happen, where's it going to take it to. I'm excited for it, 100%.
We'll see about that. I don't know.
Well, because he's like, he's going to go back there because there's something with himself he has to settle. So I would imagine that would at least be a part of it.
I think
it could
he's
just be
in
the process
hell.
of him being in Valhalla.
Yeah, I think he's in hell / Valhalla. I mean, you got to remember he is kind of like the only god that's like ruling Asgard right now. So, I mean, you have what's his face's daughter, Thrud, right? Did I get
Yes.
that name right? Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Wow, can't believe I got that right, especially off the top of the head. Oh yeah, I mean, so
Like, what if it's a cleansing process for him? What if
I
it? What if it's like
I think it's gonna be him getting rid of the
the shit in the
denial.
closet?
Yeah, the shit in the closet, and I think that's gonna bring in, some stuff from the past and kind of clear that up a little bit. I mean, because he's going from where he's thinking he's a nothing but a murderer. He's destroyed all of Greece, the gods, and he's ended up here in this other land, and it's essentially what's happening again. But the whole point of it was we must be better, and I think that's kind of where they're going. He is getting better. He's healing from the sickness that he's had. We'll see. Uh,
Do you think
yeah.
there will be a sequel though? Like, do you think that because like this is already an epilogue to an epilogue?
You know, uh,
So do you think they're leading it to a sequel?
we'll see. I think it's leading to another game. Because there was reports that there was another game being made that was more Atreus focused.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Which would
that game is probably going to lead more into the next game. I think this DLC is kind of just setting us up for Atreus.
I look forward to it.
So do I. Yeah, how could you not? Let's see here. We also had the Sega reveal trailer for 5 brand new games. I couldn't believe it. There was Shinobi, Crazy Taxi, oh, what is it? I'm losing it. Golden Axe. All those kinds of games. Streets of Rage. I mean, this is classic Sega making a comeback. Hopefully, it's a good comeback, and the games are legit. Have you guys ever played a Crazy Taxi game, or Jet Set Radio, or Golden Axe?
Yes. Yes.
Good. I figured you may
it
have
was
played Jet Set Radio. I think it's Future. I think that one's the one that's on the Xbox.
So whenever they came out with when Sega came out with their announcement and stuff, after it was over, I looked over at Chewy and I was like, this is exactly what Xbox is going to end up being.
Yeah.
No more consoles. They're just going to be doing exactly what they did, and we're going to feel the exact same way that people are feeling right now about these games.
Yeah, this is going to be your Halo game in 20 years.
Yeah.
And I think Gears of War as well. That's if they don't
Probably.
sell off this IP. Yeah, so Jet Set Radio, Shinobi, Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, and Crazy Taxi was announced at the very short Sega reveal trailer. I am excited for this stuff. We'll see what comes out of it. I don't know necessarily. It says and more. That's the only
We'll see.
fucking Sega games that I care about unless it's Sonic.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what else more could you show?
Yeah.
We'll see. Also, let's see, the last thing that I actually had planned that I thought was a really good reveal here was the Hellblade 2 trailer, Senua's Saga. This game has a chance to be one of the biggest things to come from Xbox. This is being developed by Ninja Theory, not Fury, excuse me. This was first revealed at one of the Game Awards. I think it was 2018, maybe. Maybe I'm wrong. But it was revealed when the Series X was revealed too. So it's been in development for a long time. They put in the time. Xbox has been patient with this one. I hope they are doing the right thing and letting these guys just cook in the background until this game is completely finished.
Man, I hope, because like modern gaming is, doesn't longer time doesn't mean it's good.
That is very true. That is very true. You're not wrong about that.
Back in the day, that's different. Back in the day, that's different.
Yeah. I mean, is this something you're gonna play, Tyler? Because I mean, this is, to me, this seems to be kind of right up the God of War alley of storytelling.
Yes, actually, I do plan on playing that. Because to me, it did look really interesting.
Yeah, the first game is pretty fantastic. So it's a good story. The first game was multi-plat. I don't know if Xbox has purchased Ninja Theory or if they're just doing an agreement with them. Either way, whatever you've got to do to get this game, whether you play it on PC, you play it on your phone, your Samsung TV. Look at me being an ad for fucking Game Pass. Fuck that. Do what you got to do.
You already got a PC.
Yeah.
You're already done what Phil Spencer wants you to do.
Yeah. I'm a Phil Spencer stan now, apparently.
Playing with the PC people now.
Yeah, I know. I don't have any time for you.
Looking at Wookie and I as you peasants.
Yeah. You guys are heading that way. You just don't know it yet.
Oh, we know it. It's just a matter of having the finances.
Yeah, we're going to get you there. I'm going to get rich off of YouTube and Twitch, I promise. I'm bringing you guys with me. We'll see. We'll see.
Right.
He said, all right, whatever, dude. Oh, you're such a jerk.
We're going to have to make you a t-shirt that says, "We'll see," as the show's catchphrase. We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. That's kind of how everything's got to go. Yeah, I mean, the cinematics for this game and this trailer that was showing off were just as good. Some of the gameplay looked a little bit wonky, as you can see here. If you're watching, you can see the gameplay right now in the background. It looks a little weird for the combat. I don't know if it's just the angle or the way they recorded this video. It's kind of slowed down for you guys here. Not terribly slowed down, but it's there. I'm excited to play this. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. I think it's going to kind of fuck up your psyche a little bit again. Yeah. Let's see here. Make sure we didn't miss anything. Christopher Judge. He was the last topic that I was going to bring up. We're hitting it a little bit shorter than I expected, but, hey, I don't care. So Christopher Judge gets up on stage. And he is presenting an award of some type. I can't remember. He was like one of the first guests to speak. And he says, he's talking about a speech from last year, it being 8 minutes long. And he says, my speech from last year was longer than this year's Call of Duty campaign.
And then he was like, another company I'm never going to work for.
Yeah. So, I mean, he completely shits on Activision.
Hey, they did it to themselves.
Handle your shit better.
Yeah.
Like, he's a gamer too. Like,
I didn't expect this at all from this guy. I didn't expect this to happen, period. It came out of nowhere. The look on some of these people's faces was absolutely insane. It's well deserved, though. Call of Duty should have done better. And some of the developers are coming out. They're getting all hissy-pissy.
Let them. I mean, hey.
I mean, You have millions of fans shitting on this game, and you don't bat a fucking eye. But as soon as someone from the gaming community that actually has an impact on the community, like Christopher Judge, says something that we're all already saying, and now you're going to start coming out of the wet works,
Right.
maybe make a better fucking game.
I agree 100%.
Fucking pansies. Like,
so even the voice actor who played Soap or Captain Price, one of those two guys, came out and got a little snippy about it and was trying to say that Call of Duty sells more than God of War. It's like God of War's on one system. Call of Duty's everywhere. It's the biggest massive multiplayer game. There's no excuse for what they did. If there was an excuse for it, or if they had an actual excuse that mattered, I would be kind of like, all right, it was just funny. Leave the guy alone. But
yeah,
they fucking deserve every bit of shit they're gonna get for this.
And too bad they weren't at the awards, unlike Todd Howard. Like, could you imagine? Could you imagine if they were actually there? Then he just looked at him and was like, "What are you going to do?"
Yeah. I wonder what would have happened if he would have said something about Starfield. I wonder if the reaction would have been any different from anybody.
I'm so happy that damn game didn't win shit.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect Starfield to win anything anyway, so it didn't change anything that I believed anyways was going to happen.
Like, I love the game, but yeah. I love the people who make the game. I'll correct myself.
You said it.
I love the people who make the game because I love Bethesda games.
Mm-hmm.
However, that one, unfortunately, is just not doing it's just not doing good.
Yeah.
It hurts to say, but hey.
I mean, it's okay to be a little whore for Bethesda. I mean, it's just like, it's not understandable. It's like somebody saying Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 is a fantastic game, and like, it's the best one ever. Like, that's not true. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, guys, we missed one. I can't believe we missed this one, guys. I was just showing off the trailer there for Black Myth Wukong, just playing random trailers in the background. Game? Nope, that game looked really old and base and looked bad. So I don't know how you felt about Ronin. What obviously you remember it. So what's your thoughts on it?
I didn't give a shit.
Good, because I didn't either. I thought it was fucking whack.
Like, if that game came out in 2008, I think it would be popular, but
yeah. So the game that I was saying that I miss is actually the Jurassic Park survival game.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes. Dude, come on, man. This is going to be a blast to play, dude.
Like if anyone has played the Telltale, if anyone's played the Telltale version of Jurassic Park, it's basically set in the exact same time frame, almost the exact same story, it seems like, at the moment. They get left behind after the events of the first movie.
Right.
And obviously Telltale's got their own spin on it, where it's quick action and stuff like that. But this one, on the other hand, kind of gives me some Last of Us kind of vibes, truth be told. I'm just like, ooh, like, we're thrown into this? Let's go.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I have a feeling this is like... So, for me, Jurassic Park, the first one, is the only one that really felt like a horror film, right?
It was meant to be.
So, 2 and 3 and the Jurassic World films, they feel like completely different.
Mm-hmm.
And I am so excited to get back to this world that we know and love. And I don't know what else to say. I mean, this is going to be a blast. The T-Rex, when it's revealed, oh my God.
She's a beauty.
I was going crazy, man. I mean, this is gonna be wonderful. It looked beautiful. You know, she popped out the flare just like they did in the movie. I mean, this is 100% Jurassic Park. I can't wait to play it. And the way they show off the details of the game makes me feel like there might be a VR mode. I don't know if I'm crazy or not, but
I'll let you know right now if there's
be
I
looking
planned
out
on
for
getting
it.
it for Xbox. I planned on getting it for Xbox, but if there's a VR mode, it's getting on PlayStation.
Yeah, you know, I don't know, honestly. I don't know if
Shit your
it's
pants on that one, Wookie.
I mean, I would.
that one would be kind of worth it, right?
Yes.
100%. I'd deal with it. I'd deal with it.
Yeah.
Deal with a bit of the headache and be like, all right, let's do this right here,
Everyone
right
at my
now.
house, we're gonna have a fun fucking night.
Fuck yeah. I mean, why not, right?
Mm-hmm.
Last thoughts for the Game Awards, guys. If you had to give it a rating, what would you rate it? Out of 10, obviously. The show itself.
Ooh.
4.
A 4?
The really only things that really stuck out to me, you got Christopher Judge and his shit. You got God of War, Jurassic Park, and that was really it. Those are the 3 things that I was like hyped about. Everything else, like I think that's another reason why I was getting tired is that I was just not I wasn't into it. So I don't know. That's just me though. I'd give it a 4.
I'd say overall,
Your mic.
Sorry. Wookie, you were here for the overall show, so give me your rating and what you would like to see changed for next year on the Game Awards for 2024.
uh, overall it was okay. I'll give it a score of I'll say 6. Overall, I did enjoy it. It was long. It was a little long. What really boosted the score for me was definitely the Kratos actor dissing on Call of Duty like that and seeing everyone's reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Um, to me, that was really cool. Not so much of just the dissing, but like, hey, a subtle, not so subtle way of fix your stuff, make it better.
Right.
Uh, I would say the games that they showed as far as trailers,
Mm-hmm.
definitely really cool. Uh, what was it? One I think it showed Space Marines 2. Definitely,
Yeah. Warhammer.
definitely.
Forgot about that one.
Oh, I couldn't. I'm definitely excited for that to come out next year.
I mean, I hope it's good. It kind of just reminds me of Gears of War, though. So
Yeah, and not in a good way for me. I mean,
yeah, that's what I keep saying. I'm like, it looks fun, but only for like an hour or 2.
right. It's definitely not something that I think I would dive in. I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything about the
But we'll see.
Warhammer verse at all. So
It's definitely bloody and quite. To me, I find it quite entertaining. Just the lore between. Hey, you know. Outside of that, maybe make it a little bit longer.
longer?
What? The show?
Joking. No,
Oh, okay.
definitely shorter. Yeah, no.
Holy fuck.
No, definitely.
No.
I would say shorter. I would definitely say shorter.
They could have
I would.
easily wrapped that up. And the fact that they were forcing the devs to hurry the fuck up whenever it was their shit taken up everything and not the devs, like that was just. If you were just going to show off fucking trailers, call it E3. Like,
Right.
Right.
let the people that actually won an award get up and say some shit. Maybe not 8 minutes long, but you get where I'm getting at.
Right.
Yeah. No, it definitely should be a little bit shorter.
Yeah. So,
What about you, Weston?
what was your favorite thing to see overall total? Your number one highlight?
Oh,
The God of War DLC
yeah.
favorite.
That's pretty fair.
Yeah. Like,
Hearing the
that-
music took me back to playing God of War 2, seeing the Greek structures. It took me back to even just the first God of War,
Yeah.
and I'm excited for all of that coming.
Mm-hmm.
What got me freaked out about that specifically, why it's where it's at in my heart, is it's free.
Yeah.
I was like, we were like,
I think
oh,
a
this is
lot of people are
amazing.
missing that, man.
Yeah, our house blew up. We were like, and it's free.
Yeah. I mean, what else are you supposed to say or do? You know, it's free.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So for me, I gave the show overall a 5 out of 10.
Okay, cool.
Uh,
I wasn't crazy.
No, I think it's a lot of game reveals, but the game reveals that did happen were good that I cared for, obviously. But when it came down to it, it's called the Game Awards.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with showing off some reveals, but 3.5 hours is just way too long. Figure out a way to cut that down to 2 hours.
At most.
And literally just go to Xbox and say you've got one reveal. PlayStation, you've got one reveal. Nintendo, you've got one reveal.
Mm-hmm.
Sega, you've got one reveal. Ubisoft, you got one reveal. You know, vice versa with all these other people that are, you know, the major ones. And then have a short showcase in between each award that showcases all these indies off. That way you can give these devs and these people who win the awards the actual time to talk.
And they've done shit like this before too, so I don't understand why they changed the formula so much.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense the way they change it.
No,
they change
not at
it
all.
too drastically each time. It's like, we want to be here. You changed it last year to now we're over here and down. And, you know, then it changed again. Are we going to be up here this next time? It's like, they need to learn to find their sweet medium spot. And I think it's all about replacing those E3 shows and all that stuff rather than it being about the Game Awards.
It's like they only listen to like the same comment repeated. Like, say for this time from last year, say that they were complaining about it being too short, and then that they ran with it.
Yeah.
Or they're like, oh, there's not enough trailers. That could be another comment that just kept repeating.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of them watching the whole thing and going, where can we improve? They just looked at the first like 5 comments and was like, okay, yeah, that's what we're going to change.
Yeah. That's definitely what it seems like. So
too-
there's my thoughts. It's a 5 out of 10. Make sure you follow along next time, next Monday at noon. And we'll have something planned for you guys then. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Friday and Saturday live. And keep your eyes out on the channel because I'll be kind of reacting, kind of doing some conversations about some movie and TV trailers there. Those will just be posted up randomly. I'm not going to put a schedule on that stuff. I'm a nerd. I like watching these things. So if Wookie or Dadalorian want to hop in on those too, you may hear from them there. You never know. We may come up with a quick 5-minute video just talking about a movie that we had recently seen. We're not going to put any pressure on this stuff. This is in general, a gaming focused channel. But I want to highlight everything that is makes us gamers, and movies makes us gamers as well. That medium all folds into each other.
Yeah, you won't just catch us on the podcast. So we might end up playing some games with him if there's any cross compatible, like
Fortnite, stuff like that.
Fortnite. There's
Call of Duty.
If we ever ended Call of Duty.
I tricked him into saying it.
No. I mean, damn.
Well, thank you all for showing up. I appreciate you. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you.
See you, everybody.
See you guys.